Hello Astrolifers, how are you? So I've got a lot of news this week. The first thing that I'm going to be talking about is obviously Mercury retrograde. So Mercury started to be retrograde yesterday, definitely in place now, more for us today and more obviously on the 5th for France, huh? So but it's in action now, it's already started now. So things are going to start slowing down, everything is going to be a little bit more complicated, and I really want you guys to be kind on yourself and kind with others, because there's going to be some miscommunications, things are going to be slower, not happening at the right time. You're going to have emails that are going to be delayed. That's also the time sometimes my clients joke about that, but that's sometimes the time where you send an email or even a message to the wrong person. People are going to have things that are not going to arrive on time. The planes can be delayed, but yes, in general things are going to be going slower and slower. The action is not going to be done exactly the way you want them to be, and I want you to be very kind on yourself and definitely kind on others as well, because everyone is going through that. Obviously people like Virgos or Gemini are more affected because it is their planets after all, but still even if you had a rising or strong aspects, it will also touch you and create a problem in your life. So in general, just be gentle and just be kind to each other and just understand that it's normal. If you say green and the person said, oh, you just said blue, well, that's completely Mercury retrograde. Also be careful of your stuff. Double check that everything is shut, that your doors are shut when you go away, that you've got your name or your contact on your phone or your sunglasses, or in your box for the glasses, or on the cover of your phone. Just make sure, because that's the time where we lose a lot of things as well, simply because we are not completely connected. Mercury is all about the thoughts, the mental activity and all that, and because that is going retrograde, obviously that's the time where we it's hot today here. It's a time where you actually forget about things and you just lose them. So you just want to just organize yourself a little bit more. If you are wanting that email to reach or to confirm something, just double check everything. Just make sure you are double checking or triple checking. That's the time where the planes can be delayed, where you thought that that car was booked, that you were renting when you arrive into a country and suddenly there's no cars for you because the email was lost or things like that. Just double, triple check everything and then you will be fine. Do not buy any electronics, neither anything that is expensive. Do not buy a new house or do not buy a new car or things like that. That's really not the time. And just take that time to really relax and look after yourself and to be gentle and to really kind of take that time to just to rest if you can, or to reorganize things. Again, everything to do with RE is the right time. So reassess, reorganize, return, reconnect. Anything to do with that is the right time, but definitely not something that is new or moving forward. Contact your old clients. That's the right time to do that. Just talk with them, offer a product that they need. Me, I'm doing a special for my old clients who had a reading about karma or about knowing where they need to go, because there's a lot of shifts. So what's happening as well, today is a very important day. It's not just Mercury retrograde. We've got another aspect that is very important, is that we've got the planet Uranus, the planet of surprises and opportunities and things like that, that has actually shifted. It's shifting today. So everybody is going to have a part of their lives that is actually going to change. So that's quite important to know, because that planet is a planet that is going to put surprises. So there can be good and bad surprises. So it's going to light up that part. It takes 84 years for that planet to revolve around the sun. So it takes a while. So, but it is going to light up for 7 years each time. It lights up a part of your life. So for example, I took one example because I couldn't do obviously everyone, and each time it's personal. So it's better if you have a chart done. If I can help you out with that. and do the year. That's why I also offer the package, because obviously it's important. So for example, for people who are Leo, that was in the 9th house. So these people were traveling a lot, and it was really about being overseas and meeting people or trading with people from overseas. And now it's going to go into the 10th house, which is honors and achievement, and that goes for 7 years. So it really changes lives. So that's something that you need to know. You need to make sure that your chart is done properly, and making sure that you're going to know where it's going to light up, and also what is going to end up, because in that case you know that you are through with whatever you've been going through the last 7 years. This is the famous cycle we talk about, you know, when we talk about the famous 7 years, that's what it's all about. So now that is going to be happening today. So yeah, just be very aware that your life is going to change in one aspect of your life. You need to know that. Now we also have the new moon in Pisces, so a lot of things happening this week, and a lot of shift. If you feel a lot of shift, feel really tired and exhausted, and seeing all these things moving around you, it's normal, because obviously with Mercury retrograde is going to, you know, the time it sits down, and it is going slower, and it is going backwards, so it's a little bit, but look, it's done on a purpose. Again, trust the process, it's done for a reason. So you've got that, and the new moon in Pisces, so it's a good time. Actually, the moon is going to be on our side for that. It's actually a healing moon, not a moon where you want to start projects, so definitely not plant the seeds this time. I know there's some other astrologists that say, oh, you know, it's a new cycle, it's a new this and that, and start fresh. No, not at all. And do not start anything until the 28th minimum, and I would even start after in the first week or second week of April, to make sure that you've got enough time for Mercury to move forwards and be full speed. And even though I will speak about it a little bit later, there's some aspects with Jupiter, so we'll have to see what it is that you want to process or go ahead with, but making sure that you are protected, because Jupiter retrograde is a lot about self-development and learning a lot about yourself and expanding from the inside, but definitely not from the outside. So that's something we will have to talk about as we go. But yes, for the moment, rest. For the moment, finish all the projects that you've already started, finish all the things that you already have planted, finish them off, look after that. You can reorganize everything. It's a good time to reorganize your house. You usually find objects that you've lost, so it's quite funny, because on one side you find things that you've lost, but on the other side all your valuables and things that you use every day, like credit cards or phones or sunglasses, can get lost. But anything from the past can be actually found, and it's also a very good time to spend with your loved ones and your old friends and things like that. So go back to that, go back home as well, if you have the occasion to go back to the place you were born and reconnect with all these people and stuff like that. That is a good time to do that. If you are traveling, there probably will be delays, so that is the only bad thing about it, but to go back home is a good time. Not so much to go to a new place, but to an old place is definitely going to be excellent. So a lot of things happening. Heal yourself, take that time with that new moon in Pisces to take it easy, to go to that spa, to look after yourself, to be gentle and kind on yourself, because it is a healing new moon. In Pisces, it's all about emotions, vibrations, blending, feeling, energy, and all that. That's what it's all about. Be kind on yourself and others, as I was saying, with Mercury retrograde. And if things are not really understood, or they're not really working fine in the right sense that you want them to be, it's normal. Double check when you do transfers of money and stuff like that as well. It's a time where things get lost, and you're like, wow, I've sent that money, but where is it gone? Things like that happen. That's typical of Mercury retrograde, by the way. It happened to me, so I was like, okay, that's Mercury retrograde, so yeah, that happened at the beginning of the week. So things like that, it's normal. So that is good, because at least you know why it's happening. I mean, astrology is a good thing. It's a tool. And then you know that you need to double check everything. And yes, definitely that new part where Uranus is going to be, it's going to be protected for the next 7 years, and is going to be developing that new part of your life. So that is also very important for you to know. I can do that. There's no problems. And if you need me, text me. I'm doing a special for my old clients as well. You will see it today. So I'm doing that until Mercury retrograde is going to end, until the 28th, because I know that you might all need help about that. So definitely I'm going to be doing that special. Well, that's it. A lot of good news as well next week. I've got some other things that I'm going to talk about, especially with that full moon coming up after that on the 20th, and some other stuff obviously next week that are happening as well. So yeah, be gentle, be kind, and thank you for listening, and I shall see you next Monday. Next time I will be on Monday, because we were, before the stars were bad, we moved, we organized everything, had a bit of issues with the connection internet. That's why we are late as well, because Mercury retrograde. So but no problems, everything is in order now. So I shall see you next Monday. Bye everyone, bye.